Merry Christmas to you all. Wishing you peace and joy this holiday season.
This happened on Christmas Day 2 years ago, and every December since then, it replays in my head like a movie I never asked to be part of. I was 17 at the time, living with my parents in a quiet subdivision in Oregon. That Christmas looked perfect on the outside. Fresh snow, blue skies, and that soft pink glow at sunset. Inside the house, though, it was pure chaos. My family goes all out for Christmas. Cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, everyone packed into the house. Kids ran around with frosting on their faces, Christmas movies played quietly in the background, and my grandma yelled at my uncle for putting too much salt in the gravy. I'm the quiet, antisocial one in the family, so I spent most of the day hovering on the edges. Helping in the kitchen, fake laughing at small talk, disappearing whenever I could. That's where I first saw him. My cousin Jenna walked in with a guy none of us had ever met. She looked excited in that way people do when they're showing off a new partner. He looked completely out of place, mid-30s at least, short beard, slicked back hair, wearing a Christmas sweater that felt more like a disguise than an outfit. The first thing I noticed was his eyes. He didn't scan the room like a normal person. He locked on to me. I was slicing a store-bought pumpkin pie when I felt it. That uncomfortable pressure of being watched. When I glanced up, his eyes were already on me. Not curious, not casual. It felt like I was being sized up. "This is Dave," Jenna said, pulling him toward my mom. "We've been dating a couple months." My mom did her usual welcoming routine. Dave laughed along, but it sounded forced, like he'd practiced it. Every time I looked up after that, he was watching me. Later, while everyone opened gifts, I sat on the floor near the wall, half hidden behind the tree. Dave moved around the room, chatting with people, but he kept circling back to me, standing just close enough, leaning down, finding excuses to talk. "You're Jenna's cousin, right?" he said, kneeling beside me. I smelled cheap cologne and something sour underneath. "You look different," he said, eyes drifting over me. "In a good way. I like your style." Every instinct in me screamed wrong. I moved away. He followed. Kitchen, hallway, dining room, always appearing minutes later. He joked, asked personal questions. If I had a boyfriend, if I snuck out at night. Things that would have been normal from someone my age, but terrifying coming from a man pushing 40. The final straw came when I was alone in the hallway, peeling tape off my fingers. He stepped in front of me, blocking my path. "You're going to be trouble when you're older," he said softly. "If you're not already." I told him to back off. I told him I'd tell my parents. For a split second, his smile vanished. Then it came back, wrong and tight. "Relax," he said. "I'm just joking." He mostly left me alone after that. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't want to ruin Christmas. Everyone left around 9. By 10:30, the house was quiet. Snow fell outside. I finally went upstairs, grateful it was over. That's when I heard the tapping on my window. At first, I convinced myself it was a branch. Then it happened again, louder. I wiped the fog from the glass and looked out. Down the street, standing in the snow, staring up at my window, was Dave. I shut the blinds, turned off my light, and froze. 20 minutes later, he slammed both hands against my window. "Open up." I ran screaming for my parents. My dad grabbed his gun and went outside. My mom called 911. They found Dave standing beneath my window, smiling. He told my dad he loved me, said he wanted to marry me, asked if my parents could sign for me. Police found knives, condoms, fake IDs on him. If I'd opened that window, even an inch, I don't think I'd be here. This happened years later, and it ruined Secret Santa for me forever. I was 24, working a boring office job. Cubicles, fluorescent lights, terrible coffee. The only exciting thing was Secret Santa. At first, the gifts were harmless. Then I found one on my car in an empty parking garage. "You shouldn't walk alone this late," the note said. The second time, the gift was inside my locked car. It was too easy to get in here. HR couldn't find who my Secret Santa was. Neither could security. The man I suspected, Evan, didn't exist. That night, a USB showed up on my car. It contained videos of me walking alone in the garage, being watched. Then came the knock on my apartment door. "It's me from work," he said. "I need help." I didn't open it. He broke in anyway. I barely escaped with my life. They never found him. This happened 2 years ago, and I still can't hear a knock at night without my stomach dropping. I was house-sitting for my parents on Christmas Eve. The street was quiet. Snow muffled everything. A delivery notification popped up. When I checked the door, there was no package, just a man. He claimed he needed a signature. Something felt wrong. Later that night, I woke to the sound of the back door being forced open. I hid in the closet, whispering to 911 as footsteps climbed the stairs. He tried my bedroom door. Hard. The siren saved me. Police said he'd been targeting decorated houses that looked empty. He took a knife from our kitchen. If I'd opened the door earlier, he wouldn't have needed to break in. Every Christmas now, when the snow falls and the streets go quiet, I listen. Because the scariest thing about these nights isn't the cold. It's how close danger can get before you realize it's there.